The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw Dating, preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys, and broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Cowboys Nation, welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys here in the SWBC studio. I'm here with Aisha Morrison and Christy Scales. We got three ladies in the studio today, but it's okay. We're going to hold it down. How y'all doing?
Awesome. I'm ready.
Yes.
This is going to be so fun on Sunday. I mean, I was fired up for Pittsburgh last week. What? It's going to be fun.
I'm glad you're going to have fun.
No, I mean, you want to play the best, right?
Absolutely.
And this is I would argue, the toughest test of the season.
I agree.
And against the most well-balanced offense with their skill positions and such playmakers at their skill positions, this is going to be, I think, the toughest test for the Cowboys defense all year.
Tough that they certainly need to pass. At least they're looking forward to passing. They'll have to do it a little bit shorthanded. Just going through that practice report as of today. So far, Daron Bland and Caelen Carson and Nick Vigil are questionable. And Eric Kendrick is ruled out. Michael Parsons is already ruled out. So Eric Kendrick, your quarterback of the defense, is ruled out. Guys, I think we briefly touched on this about the possibility yesterday, and we did not want to think about that. But now you have your backup, Mike, who would be a Nick Vigil. What are your thoughts on now? Who would take over that Mike position?
I think Damone may get who had 0 snaps on defense, and his opportunities in the game have decreased. He's normally plays on the outside, and he's lost playing time to DeMarvion Overshone. But, the thing about Kendricks, you mentioned as quarterback of the defense, I think that's a great point, Nicole, because he's the one with communicating. He's the green dot guy. And so, Clark will probably take over those responsibilities, and hopefully Vigil can play because he, after Kendricks, has the most experience in this defense. Mm-hmm. Because when he was with Cincinnati, he played for Paul Gunther, who is the defensive assistant, and it's the similar system. So hopefully Vigil can play, and even if Vigil plays and has to do all of defense, you're going to lose some of him on special teams because you need him to play more defensive snaps, so that's going to affect special teams coverage units as well. So those dominoes are falling, and not in a good way for the Cowboys defense.
Yeah, it sounds like they're still trying to figure out who the Mike linebacker is going to be. From what I heard, it sounds like they're still trying to sort out who's going to be the best person for that, because you brought up Damone Clark, whereas he has experience being the Mike. He doesn't necessarily have it in this system, number one. Number two, he has not been in a rhythm football-wise.
No.
He hasn't even seen the field enough for me to feel confident with him getting out there in this test against this offense being the first time he is the green dot. And then I think about, we talked about yesterday that it could be a Malik Hooker. No, like that.
Yeah.
No, like that.
Yeah.
And not that he's not capable. It's just that specifically with Detroit, they cause so much conflict on the back end from a receiving aspect. They have threats pretty much at every level. I want Malik Hooker to be able to man that side of the field and just to focus on that. I think what they do with their front seven, if he's not close to the box, I just don't like the communication aspect of it with him being so far away from the inner workings of the front seven. I'm not a fan.
Well, and just FYI, Mike Zimmer, who's been a coordinator, even when he was head coach of the Vikings, he was still calling the defense. He normally does not rely on safeties as the green dot.
Yes, ma'am.
So in general, now Malik Hooker had those responsibilities a couple weeks ago, but Kendricks played, I think, 100% of the snaps in that particular game. So you have 3 green dots, but only one person at a time on the field on defense can wear it. And when we say green dot, we're talking about the radio receivers in the helmets. So the quarterback has one, and he's getting the calls from the offensive play caller. But in the defensive huddle, only one person can be on the field at a time with a green dot. So that's been Eric Kendricks all year. When Kendricks comes off the field, they're it's either been Malik Hooker or it's been Damone Clark or it's been Nick Vigil. So I would think Vigil, if he plays, would be a green dot along with Clark, and then either, maybe Overshone or Leafau, although those are young guys, or it could be Hooker, even though he normally doesn't do safeties.
I kind of agree with the Damone Clark point, with the confidence level of where I feel like he hasn't. It's only because he hasn't had that many defensive snaps. Yeah. He hasn't played, but what I remember in training camp is that he was so instinctual, and he was very good at communicating. I know he did take, it wasn't obviously a lot of bulk of the snaps playing Mike, but he did kind of rotate with Eric Kendricks a little bit at that position in training camp. So, and from what I remember, he did do really well. So this will be a chance for him to, if they do call on him, a chance for him to, one, show them, like, I deserve to be on the field because you've gotten your time taken away from a Maris, from a DeMarvion, Overshone. So I think this will be good for him to show his competitive, spirit, if you want to say.
It would be nice, like, if he can come out and if he takes this game as an opportunity to show that he deserves to be on the field and we get that level of play from him, it would be a big boost to know that you also have him, because with this Kendricks thing and him dealing with a shoulder, this is this week. Hopefully he comes back after the bye, but we don't know the severity of it truly at this point. So you might have to be looking at reinforcements on the linebacker position. Anyway, I know I saw that Darius Harris is someone that they're talking about calling upon. A little crazy. Fits DeMarvion Overshone's kind of hair on fire play or whatever. So maybe he'll get some opportunities. But yeah, this is not a good time. And I understand, like, you can't control injury, but, man, if there was any game that you wanted, an Eric Kendricks who's knowledgeable and can read and react and communicate, it would be this game with the amount of decoration, I like to call it, that the Lions do at the line of scrimmage. It just makes me sick that he's not going to be out there.
I love that decoration, meaning trying to trick up the defense. Just a lot of movement, kind of,
sprinkles,
window dressing, however you want to call it. But yeah, sprinkles. Just but you just have to be not only totally on point in recognizing it, but in terms of communicating it.
Yeah. So it's shredded cheese if you can't cook. You put some cheese on anything.
Cook, so I wouldn't know.
Put some cheese on anything. It might.
I'm not finna play
help
with
you out a little bit
at all. Does this add any more pressure to this team having to go in and win this game? Because you think about it. I mean, last week
another starter.
You're losing. Jesus. D-Law. You lost D-Law and Micah last week. You didn't have Caelen Carson either. Now you go into without Micah, D-Law, Caelen, possibly Daron Bland. I don't know. That's a questionable thing, clearly. And now you don't have Eric Kendricks.
The backups to the backups are getting hurt.
This is crazy.
Like the backup players. You talk about a Caelen Carson being out. He's literally the backup to Please, y'all.
Over Warrior and when Andrew Booth had to play, those are the third and fourth string guys. And by the way, you're on your fifth defensive ends, because we forget about Sam Williams with him being on injured reserve from training camp. So you're down your top 4 defensive ends because Marshawn Nealand with the knee injury last week, he's on IR.
Yes,
so it's tough.
It's tough. They need the bye real bad.
But I'm glad that you mentioned Daron Bland. The fact that he's questionable.
Yeah.
He's questionable, and it's a positive because it's the first time that he's practiced. And so the meter is running on him. The Cowboys, because he practiced this week, designated to return on injured reserve. They have up to 3 weeks to decide whether he's going to play or not. And it could be as soon as Sunday. So that would be a real positive to have him back for sure.
No, but real fast, we didn't get to answer the question. Does this add more pressure to this team?
Yeah.
Duh. Yes. Yes. I would be thinking yes, ma'am. You talk about guys having to step. I will say, I will say that I feel like if you walk away from this game with a win, holy crap, the morale boost, the energy boost, and they might, like, I don't know if you, I think I brought it up the other day, like, I know this team wants to get, they want to get to the bye, and it sounds like even talking to them and listening to Dak, they do understand that a win here would be good to go into the bye week, given what what the latter part of the season looks like. But I do feel like when you're on a run and you got that last quarter left and you're telling yourself, like, we just got to get there. I just got to hold on until you're telling yourself don't quit. I'm hoping that they have that mentality in this game to put forth their best effort and put some good film on tape so they can go into the bye with some positive energy, like with some positive film, with some stuff that they can take, and survive through maybe getting some reinforcements back post-bye, specifically on the defensive side of the ball.
And because during the bye you get refreshed and heal up and can have longer planning, which is what Detroit has had for the past week and a half, because Detroit is coming off their bye week.
I know.
Yeah. And so really the major issue that they had the game going into the bye was they were without the Pro Bowl center Frank Ragnow, but of course he was able to practice this week, so he'll be back. So arguably the best offensive line, certainly one of the top three, or can we all agree?
Top two, Mama. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
top two. Is back and refreshed and has their anchor at center. And so you think Ben Johnson, with all of his, what did you call it? Shredded cheese? Window dressing?
Decoration.
With all of his decoration, you think he's got a little something with a bow on top to put on coming out of the bye week to go against an injury-ravaged Cowboys defense? Heck yeah, he's going to have something.
Sorry, I was going somewhere and I just lost it. No, I found it.
We said shredded cheese and we lost Nicole.
I was hungry. I'm sorry. Okay, so question. Who has more pressure? Which team? Because you look at during the bye week for the Lions, all three of their divisional NFC North opponents took home wins last week. So they're the only division in NFL where every team has a record above 500. And so now you look at that, you look at how hungry they are to come in and beat the Cowboys because of last year. And then you look at the Cowboys, who are 0-2 at home, shorthanded like crazy. Which team has more pressure to win?
I think it's Detroit. I mean, they're
chasing the Vikings right now.
Yeah.
And to your point about how well their division is playing, only two of them teams are going to make the playoffs probably. Or you think three?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if
maybe three
if you got three from the North.
Yeah.
If Green Bay gets it going.
Tracking. So, yeah, I mean, they're in to your point, Nicole, a very competitive division to where they can't fall behind. Also, too, this is within the conference. It's the NFC game.
Exactly.
It counts against, playoff seeding. So, I think you could say that it's less pressure on the Cowboys because I'm not going to feel this way, but I'm sure some people will feel this way as they were down a lot of guys. What do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Like with Detroit coming off the bye, being so much more healthier and all those things, and them just being more talented in some areas because of the injuries, how the expectation is for them to win the game technically. So for the Cowboys, it's like, I think there is pressure, but it's a different type of pressure. Yes. I think the Cowboys feel a pressure to improve themselves and to really get through this tough time. And I think if you can get through this tough time, then you show yourself something as a team. Yeah. We talked about resilience last year. It's like, they weren't this injured last year. Right. Can they overcome this? And then from there. So I would say for the Lions specifically, since they're chasing, I would say it would be for them. What do you think, Christy? You think it's
No, I agree. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, the Cowboys are clearly, even though it's a home game, they're clearly underdogs in this game.
Very much so.
And a large part of it is the injury situation. But yeah, I mean, I think we are all three on the same page on that.
I agree. And actually, Stephen Jones just mentioned, at least Clarence Hill reported this, that Stephen Jones mentioned Damone Clark and practice squad linebacker Darius Harris as options to replace Kendrick. So that is
and then Buddy Johnson will probably be active as well. He's already on the 53-man roster, but is when he's been active playing mainly special teams. But he had a very good training camp and preseason, so we could see more of him.
From this, don't sound so stressed. You're stressed.
I am. Like, this is just, if you're gonna lose your green dot,
Not the
This
time.
is
This is not the
This is not the game. So I'm a little perturbed.
What do y'all think, or what has been the confidence level from you guys, from what y'all have seen this week, from being in the locker room, being at practice? I know it's a little bit of practice that we do get to see, but what's the confidence level in this team so far?
Christy.
Stop.
No, I mean, no. Hey, you mentioned the word resilience earlier. That was resilience in the Pittsburgh game last
agree.
Sunday.
There's a lot going going your way. Yes, ma'am.
And let me just say that over the past, not several years, but probably 15 years has been a while. But let me tell you, this, in my opinion, the Cowboys play better when people have lower expectations and count them out.
That's a good one.
It's when they're favored or things are riding high or, you know, they're eating their own cheese. You know, that's
sick of
when
y'all.
eating their own cake. Yeah. That's when they fall on their face and people are disappointed. So I expected a win in Pittsburgh last week, knowing that it was going to be tough and, you know, Pittsburgh was favored and it's at home. And, yeah, Pittsburgh has their own problems this year. And but I wasn't surprised for the Cowboys to come away with the win because it just seems to me, and this is just my own opinion and experience, but when people are counting them out is when they rise up.
I got a strong 6 for you, girl.
Okay.
6. That's my confidence level and what's going on.
Wait, a strong 6. That's right in the middle. You're out on a scale of 1 to 10.
A
A 6 is a strong.
I got a 6.
So
Wait, hold on.
6 plus.
Wait,
I don't
before,
know.
what was your scale out of 1 to 10?
My confidence
Yeah,
level
confidence
for
level.
Sunday or
Yeah.
just for the rest of the season?
For Sunday.
See, I got a 6. See, that's what I said.
5.
See? And I only got a 6 because the quarterback.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good point.
because the quarterback can do some quarterback stuff.
He can
but
quarterback you.
he can do that.
Stop.
He can do it. But no, my confidence level, talking to the guys, like when I go in the locker room, I try to use it as an opportunity to see what I'm seeing on film and to confirm with them that they're seeing the same things and that I'm on the right track and stuff. And talking to them, it does seem like they recognize a lot of the patterns. They recognize so many of the things that, you know, Detroit has to do well. Even I asked a couple of the guys, specifically the defensive players, like with a team like this that has an answer to the answer to the answer, because they have a good run game and a good pass game and a good. I was like, hey, do you have to study a little bit more than you normally would? And most guys are going to be like, no, we study the same team. We study the same way all the time.
Yeah.
There are some people like the Lions who we probably going to see a couple trick plays.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're
yeah.
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be in your book a little heavier with some teams. And I think this is the team that they have to do that with. And a couple guys confirmed that to me. Like, I had to go back a couple times, even outside of our normal film study, to look at everything that they're doing. So it sounds like they understand it. It's the execution. And we talked about it yesterday. Both of these teams are very penalized, pretty highly penalized. Detroit's 18th, Cowboys are 28th. How that's going to be a big determining factor as well. Who responds well to the penalties? How do they bounce back in the game with the penalties? Because there's clearly some, underlying vitriol towards the officiating last year as well. So, I got a 6. I would have been closer, a little bit further, towards 10 if our green dot was playing. But that really does stress me out, Nicole. What you got?
Stress you out is crazy.
What is yours?
What's yours? 1 to 10.
I'm gonna go.
What's your
Dang, I was gonna be a little bit of devil's advocate. A little.
No, I love it. I love it. No,
I think I'm
speak
gonna
from
go
the heart.
7.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
I like
actually
it.
7.5. Hear me out.
I could have did points. I should have said
Yeah.
6.3.
Well, you said 6 plus, so that'd be 6, 7, or above.
6.3.
Okay.
Okay, that's 6.3. Yours is 5. I'm gonna go 7.5. I only say that just because talking to a lot of the guys in locker room, you get that one sense of urgency. I think I mentioned it yesterday.
did
as far
mention it.
as they know what they have after the bye. I think they're more so worried about just like going in the bye week, feeling a little bit more confident. And you've seen what they've had to face all season long, the gauntlet they've had to face, the Baltimore Ravens, the Saints, the Cleveland Browns, and granted, they're not the same team that they were when we played them in week 1. But, I feel like their confidence has continued to grow each week. So I think the sense of urgency is there for this team. I think the confidence there is now it's just about execution, like you mentioned. So it'll be a lot of fun to see how they go out there and handle business on Sunday. Can they get it done? I don't know. We're going to be talking about that more coming up in the second segment. But you're watching Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be right back.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
At Jigsaw Dating, we obviously want the Cowboys to bring that 6th ring home. But to be honest, we're more focused on finding the person who will put a ring on your finger. That's why we created a dating app that reveals your face through meaningful conversation, so you can date deeper. Because it's personality that matters the most, not looks. Join Jigsaw Dating today, dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dickey family always mandated that the only Polish-style sausage worthy of their restaurant must have high-quality coarse ground beef and pork, rich spices, and fresh natural casings. We still serve it to this day, and it's so popular, Dickey's sausage has been named the official sausage of the Dallas Cowboys. The perfect matchup on game day. Dickey's Barbecue Pit. No one outsmokes us. Order at dickeys.com. For groups, call 866-BARBECUE.
Dibs on the ribs.
Head to AT&T Stadium to experience Rally Day presented by SeatGeek on Saturday, October 12th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get ready to cheer on your Dallas Cowboys with tours of AT&T Stadium, autographs from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, ticket giveaways, games, and more. Visit AT&TStadium.com/rallydays to get your tickets today. And I always say, especially if you got family coming into town, that is a great way to spend a Saturday before a Cowboys game.
Go to AT&T Stadium for Rally Days, but also to see how them dogs perform on Sunday. See what I did there?
Do we have any?
Yes, Jazz.
Yes.
Thank you. No, the players, the Cowboys always say they got that dog in them. Well, which one? That's where we're going to have a game and let us find out which dog they got in them. All right, I'm going to start with the player, and you guys compare them to a dog breed of what you want to see them go out there and play like on Sunday.
Oh, what we want them to play like.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See?
Okay.
Come on now.
All
right, here we go. Y'all ready?
All right.
Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jalen Tolbert.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's a good one.
Jalen Tolbert.
Can I go with something a little different?
Yes.
Okay. An Akita is the world's fastest dog, right? And
Is
it's
it?
also yeah.
Akitas are fast?
Akitas are fast.
I've never heard of Akita. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
It's a greyhounds. I thought
Well,
greyhounds
greyhounds are fast too, but an Akita, I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
That it is a compliment, Jalen. It's a compliment.
Yeah, they're super. My best friend's parents raised them, and they are like fierce protectors. They are very reliable. I guess. Yeah. You're gonna need big dog on third down.
Hello. Come on, big dog.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Give me one then. Do
Okay.
I gotta say?
Yeah, you gotta go.
Oh yeah.
Your
For
turn.
Jalen.
Barnacles. What kind of dog is he? What kind of dog you got in you, Jalen? Let me see. I would say he is a. I would say he's a border collie.
All right.
A
I had a border collie. I
Border
loved it.
collies are fantastic herding dogs. They are incredibly intelligent. And one thing I think about with Jalen Tolbert is how so many people talk about how, and it's not just how intelligent they are, they're herding dogs. So they have to manage, a lot of the time, they have to manage cattle, they have to manage all these different animals. You can leave a border collie out there and have faith that they'll have the responsibility and be able to take care of those animals. And I feel like with Jalen Tolbert, he's smart enough to know what everyone has to do. He's in his playbook all the time. That's why he's in the right spot.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to throw a little disclaimer out there because I don't have a dog. I've been wanting one since I was a little girl. My mom's listening to me right now.
What
and I
kind
know
did you want?
I wanted a golden retriever. So I don't really know much about dogs, but I had to go ahead and do my research. It's fine. Hopefully she decides to give me a dog now that I'm 27. Hey, Mom. All right. So I'm going with a Rottweiler.
Jesus, you weren't
Jalen
gonna save.
Tolbert.
You weren't gonna save that. You gotta save the
Absolutely
I
Roddy.
was saving that for a lineman or a
No,
linebacker.
Roddy, no, because I got some
Tyler
good ones.
Smith.
Because Rottweilers, right? I had to look up the
We
descriptions
got
of
it.
dogs.
I got you.
They are friendly and good-natured dogs, right? But they can become aggressive when it feels threatened.
Okay.
Right? Rottweilers have a strong bite force. Let's hear me out.
The strongest.
The strongest, right? And so you look at Jalen Tolbert, he's probably the nicest guy in the locker room, honestly. But when he gets on the field, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
And we're gonna need that type of dog mentality because you think about the way that defenders have kind of double teamed CeeDee Lamb. And put so much respect around CeeDee Lamb, but now it's time to respect Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah,
and I feel like he's gonna demand that. Sorry,
Well, I'm sorry. No, I got excited with the Rottweilers too. One thing about a Roddy, when they come into the room, you feel their presence. He needs to make his presence known in this game and make people have to worry about him too, so CeeDee Lamb can get going as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, next one. We're gonna go with
This is fun.
Jordan Lewis.
Oh my gosh, he is a pit bull. He is. He is. I love Jordan Lewis. He may not be the biggest guy, and pit bulls aren't the biggest dogs, but they're the ones that you do not want to mess with. And especially with the little bulletin board material that's going between Jordan Lewis and St. Brown ahead of this game on Sunday with the Lions. I definitely think if it's between a lion and a pit bull, I'm taking a pit bull.
Christy.
It's crazy. No, I will also say it's crazy. The thing about pit bulls is that they're very misunderstood as well. And I have plenty of friends that have them. They're such loving, caring dogs. J. Lou is one of the best people you will ever meet, and this has been through college. His college roommates speak highly of him. His teammates here, when he was going through his injury, we heard they went to his aid because they care about him. He has that in him as well. So he never a little dog. I literally tweet that when he makes plays, like Big J. Lou, like that's what he's gonna do. Yeah. But he also too is this really caring and considerate person in regard to the field and what they're doing. Yeah, like the Lions run a crap ton of crossers. I think they are gonna try to get Amon-Ra St. Brown involved more this game. He had a bit of a quiet game against the Seahawks. See if they can manipulate the slot. J. Lou has been one of the highest graded corners in the slot this year. I can't wait to see that matchup as well, Christy.
I'm gonna go with. I put Bloodhound.
Because he can sniff out fear.
Hello.
He can sniff out fear.
Absolutely. And they're going to go hunt when you tell them to go hunt. So I'm going with
Let's go. Look
at our dog expert here.
I like it.
I was literally up this morning like, ooh, what kind of dogs do hunting?
You know what else is good? It's cool to know about a bloodhound. They will remember a smell for an extended period of time.
I feel like Girls Talk, Boys Talk is now a part of Animal Planet. Animal Planet.
Yes.
We're going to have the Puppy Bowl for the Super Bowl show.
I used to watch it. I don't care what anyone says.
I'm dead.
I used to watch it.
Plus, you talk about the success that, J. Lou has had against the Detroit Lions, his hometown team, by the way. Yeah. 2 interceptions and 1 interception in each of the last 2 meetings. So hopefully he comes out with another one. All right, up next, we got... I'm going to go... Who do I want this time? Let's do Chauncey Golston.
Ooh. Chauncey Golston.
Yes.
Wow, that's a good one.
Who you going with?
Gosh. He's tall and thin. You need speed coming around the edge. Coming around the edge. I defer.
I got one. I'm going to call him a Saint Bernard. And I'm
What
calling
does Saint
them
Bernard look like or do?
Beethoven.
That Beethoven. That's the one with the little keg around their neck, and they go rescue people in the snow in the mountains.
Yes.
That's a Saint Bernard.
And that's exactly why. Because people look at Saint Bernards specifically, I know, like, here stateside, a lot of people look at them as just big old lap dogs they drew in, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they're powerful, they're protective, and they are very instinctual. And to your point, they're not a working dog, but they do working dog things in some scenarios, and they go save people in the snow with that big frame and stuff that they have. And Chauncey Golson is saving us right now, playing the way that he has played on the edge. You're going to need him to save you this week with the way that the Lions run the ball. Going to need him to continue to be sound and contain and tackle well as he did in the last couple games. So, yeah, he's the St. Bernard for me.
I like that.
I'm going to go with Cane Corso.
Oh. Okay, you better speak right on them because a lot of people own them, and if you don't talk about them right, they gonna get
you right.
It's
show right.
It's becoming
That's
a
why I
serious
had to
thing
go
to have
do my little description.
Yeah, if you want to hit social media, we're gonna get their feedback today. Oh my gosh,
Cane Corsos, they are, and this is not me because I don't have no dogs. Let me just go out here and throw this out there right now. This is what Google says.
This is Spark Notes,
This is
baby.
Spark Notes. Okay, Cane Corsos are sturdy, muscular giants who look like they mean business. Okay. And so far, Chauncey Golston has mean business. Now we just need him to do a little bit more. We need some pass rushing ability because we haven't seen that so far. We're down Sam Williams, of course, with a season-ending injury. You're down Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Nealon. I mean, all your pass rushes come from that. All that production comes from those guys. So I need him to step up. I need him to bring out that Cane Corso mentality and mean business.
I like it.
What you got?
I like
loved
it.
Yeah, you can't think of one.
Oh wait. Oh, I thought I passed to.
You deferred.
No, I deferred. German Shepherd.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for a lot of the same qualities that you guys just described. But when you need a secure dog, like for security and right, that's who you turn to. So. And I've always wanted a German Shepherd.
They're very
I thought the
versatile.
dog that I adopted was a German Shepherd. It was during COVID. You couldn't visit Dallas Animal Services, the city pound. You just went and picked him up. And so I ended up with a mutt, and she has some German Shepherd in her. And we love her, but she doesn't look like a German Shepherd, but has those qualities, and it's the same ones that Chauncey has.
You know, a German Shepherd Golden Retriever would be such a cute mix.
I think I've seen one. I think I've seen one. It was pretty cute. It was real hyper though, baby. I ain't even gonna hold you.
I bet.
But
Okay, so is that Cavante Turpin?
no, Cavante Turpin is a whippet.
A what?
A whippet. Go look at what a whippet is.
What is a whippet?
Love it.
A mini greyhound.
Love it.
Whip.
With an attitude.
Fast. Energy?
High energy.
Yes.
Bad.
Bad in a good way.
Bad in a good way.
This gives.
It gives Cavante Turpin.
Yes, love it.
I'm
Yes.
out of there. Like,
Sorry, I can't unsee it. Wow. Okay, we're gonna go back to Turpin. I'm gonna go with Tyler Guyton. We haven't done any offensive. We did Tolbert. Yeah, let's go with Tyler Guyton.
Great Dane.
you think
I
so?
had him for somebody else.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
No,
Take it.
just
take it.
just the size and strength and yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to think. What dog? Because you use Roddy. You use a Roddy already. Dang it. I don't want to say a Doberman because they're so lanky and he kind of big.
Yeah, that's why I went with Great Dane.
He kind of swole, Tater tots. What is a scary, imposing dog? Oh, perfect. He's a chow chow.
Oh, I like that
Yeah,
very
like
much.
that.
Perfect.
Yes, he's
Yeah,
a
you
chow
don't.
chow.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with a chow
No,
chow.
and that's why you don't see them that much.
Yeah.
Because they will hem you up, drag you, and then wear you for a blanket later as they eat their kibbles and bits. Chow chows are just very fierce dogs, and when you talk about protection and how they are, like they bond to one person.
Yeah.
And then if you put your hands or touch that person, it's gonna be a problem. You don't see that many of them. They're rare in a sense. Like I haven't seen a chow chow in years. That's Tyler Smith. Rare breed.
I thought we were
Tyler
doing
Guyton.
Tyler Guyton.
Tater tots.
Guyton.
I thought we were doing
They're
Smith.
both.
No, it's okay.
They're both.
Yeah.
Hey,
Fine.
you know
I-
what?
I cheated.
We'll go for it.
Can we just say our offensive line?
Absolutely.
I mean, those are the qualities.
Absolutely. I cheated.
Because you can say the same thing for Terrence Steele.
Absolutely. I said for Tyler Guyton, a Kangal shepherd dog.
Oh, they protect cattle
well.
too. Yeah.
And they're intelligent, and they're large, muscular.
And they're
of course.
tall.
Tall. You look at Tyler Guyton's size, 6'8", 328, I believe they had him listed as. So
attentive.
protecting. Mm-hmm.
This is what happens.
That's what you need.
When Nicole gets loose on Google, look out.
Look out.
She's good. No, she's been on point.
Hey, man. I had some help this morning.
That's a good breed, dude.
All right. Let's go with Jake Ferguson.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Oh, if Jess were here, tight ends are her thing.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for me. Okay, so first, go ahead. What you got?
Lab.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because he can't be a retriever. Not saying that retrievers are no, actually, go ahead. You go ahead. Say
No,
yours.
just labs are fun, and I mean, he's a dog. Jake Ferguson is a dog on the field.
The labs,
but he's
when they
also
hunt, they can be.
Yeah. But also just a great personality and fun loving, and Jake's that way in life.
I like that
away
one.
from the field too.
I like that one. Who you
Okay,
got?
you said a lab. All right, I got one. It's gonna throw you off. He's a standard poodle.
What?
Standard poodle. Standard poodles do everything that you say like a shepherd does. They are capable.
Really?
They hunt. They can hunt. They are trainable. Yes, like standard poodles are the bomb.com. But you know what? But you know what? That fade be fresh. They be on point. One thing about he's swaggy, but you got to take him seriously as a competitor. Like, do yourself a favor and go do research on what standard poodles are, and they are not to be messed with in the same way. I think people look at them like, oh, they're cute or whatever, but they do a lot of working dog stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, I like it.
I like that one. Well, I actually had Jake Ferguson as German Shepherd only because, dogs respect them whenever they come.
Absolutely.
And
Love that. That's
love
great.
their presence.
Yeah, that's good.
And this defense is going to have to respect Jake Ferguson with what he's able to do. Yeah. You talk about in pass pro, you talk about as a receiving threat. The Lions, obviously they respected him last year, but I feel like with, now the multiple type of weapons that we have, you've seen what Jalen Tolbert can do from last week. You see what Kavontae Turpin can do as far as that deep ball throw. There's so many guys that they now have to game plan for. So Jake Ferguson is definitely one of those guys. Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and take our second break and wrap things up. Coming up after the break, you're watching Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Jigsaw, the preferred dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be right back.
The Dickey family always mandated that the only Polish-style sausage worthy of their restaurant must have high-quality coarse ground beef and pork, rich spices, and fresh natural casings. We still serve it to this day, and it's so popular, Dickey's sausage has been named the official sausage of the Dallas Cowboys. The perfect matchup on game day. Dickey's Barbecue Pit. No one outsmokes us. Order at dickeys.com. For groups, call 866-BARBECUE.
Dibs on the ribs.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby. The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
At Jigsaw Dating, we obviously want the Cowboys to bring that sixth ring home. But to be honest, we're more focused on finding the person who will put a ring on your finger. That's why we created a dating app that reveals your face through meaningful conversation, so you can date deeper. Because it's personality that matters the most, not looks. Join Jigsaw Dating today, dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Celebrate the best of the autumn season with Wrangler Fall Fest at the Star in Frisco. Join us on Saturday, October 19th for a day full of fall fun for the entire family. Enjoy live country music, hang out in the beer garden, and compete in Western-inspired games. Plus, capture fall photo ops, savor seasonal bites, and enjoy Wrangler shopping. Admission and parking are free. Visit thestardistrict.com for more info.
All right, Christy, I'm going to go straight to you on this one real fast before we wrap things up. How important are takeaways in this game?
So much, because with a dynamic offense like Detroit, you expect them to put up some points. The Cowboys need to steal a couple of series away from the Lions offense. So right now, the Cowboys have only 5 takeaways this season. From those 5 takeaways, I always say, you take the ball away, but then what happens? The Cowboys have only 3 points in 5 games after taking the ball away. That is ridiculously low, because I went back and looked at this point last season. Of course, we know Daron Bland had 14 points going into Week 6 just by himself last year. But overall, at this point last year, the Cowboys had 11 takeaways, and it led to 37 points.
Wow.
So the Cowboys, they had given the ball away 5 times, and opponents had 14 points off of that. But at this point last year, the Cowboys were plus 23 points in the takeaway differential. So over 4 points a game, you think that can make a difference? It certainly can. Right now, the Cowboys have only 3 points, and opponents have 14, so we're minus 11 right now. So this isn't just for Detroit, but moving forward, the best thing you can do for complementary football is for the defense to get the takeaways. It doesn't mean that you're scoring on the takeaways like Daron Bland taking it into the end zone. It means setting up your offense and points that you're getting after taking the ball away on that next series. It is absolutely crucial, in my opinion, going against the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, and when you look at the way that the defense has suffered, specifically the defensive line, pressure creates turnovers, sack fumbles, and with them, the lack of pressure that is happening, that's why you're seeing so many completions and stuff like that, and the opportunity to take the ball away in the secondary hasn't been there as much, because you're not getting enough rush from your front seven. So it doesn't surprise me that that's the case right now. But to your point, until they can build upon that and get some of these pass rushers back, they're going to have to find ways to turn the ball over. And if you do, then you got to capitalize off of it, because it seems like they're coming few and far in between right now for this team.
Like last week, there was a forced fumble, and it looked like Carl Lawson had it. I mean, he fell on the ball. Yes. It looked like the Cowboys were going to have it, and somehow it squirted out of there, and the Steelers recovered it, their own fumble. But when you have those opportunities, you just absolutely have to have that takeaway.
Ma'am. Can we get a hot takeaway today? I mean, of the Sunday's game? Hot take. What you think?
I think it's going to be fairly high scoring, certainly more than what we saw in Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be more like 31-27 kind of range. Are you guys in kind of the same?
Yeah, you are. No. I'm in that range. I do think that there's going to be 1 or 2 special teams plays that just tip the game. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know if it doesn't even have to be nothing big. It can be not a full-blown return, but just a good punt that makes someone have to drive the field, and that field change the game. We can have a good return, maybe a block punt or a block kick. It just feels like special teams. We haven't talked about it that much, but kind of peeping in on the Detroit Lions Twitter and their media side of things, their special teams is somewhere where they feel like they have some advantages. Yeah. So I want to see how the Cowboys respond to that.
I feel like this defensive line has been watching how physical and aggressive that the Detroit Lions front four are, and how they consistently get home on opposing quarterbacks. So I'm going to say Chauncey Golson's going to get a strip sack.
Wow, I like it.
That would be huge.
I'm calling it.
Your lips to God's ears.
I know, right?
What you
got? Let's hope people are hearing us.
What you got, Mama?
No, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Again, you need to steal some possessions. Takeaways, an obvious way to do it. Special teams, hey, even if it's a fake punt or something like that, you retain the ball.
Please.
Yeah.
But yes, when you have teams that are fairly evenly matched. Field position is so crucial. We know that Brandon Aubrey can bomb a field goal from 60 yards plus. Well, so can Jake Bates, the Lions kicker. So if they get just past midfield, either team, they're already in field goal range. So you better use your special teams field position, push them back, way back.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. Kickoff is at 3:25 Central Time. That's 4:25 Eastern Time. Make sure to be tuning in to Fox, and we'll have all the coverage on DallasCowboys.com the following week.
And Cowboys Radio.
Cowboys Radio as well. Chrissy Scales will be on the sidelines, killing it like she does every game. But all right, this has been fun, guys. This was actually a fun show.
Great fun.
I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of
the
fun.
dog segment.
Hopefully
Probably
the Cowboys
more than what I should have.
Hopefully the Cowboys have a lot of fun and come back with a win heading into the bye week. But so long for Nicole Hutchison, Aisha Morrison, Chrissy Scales. We'll see y'all back here on Monday.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!